Alright, we're here at the Delaware Valley Washington Crossing show, and it's clearing out Saturday, and pretty much the end of the show. A lot of people clear out, but cleared out enough that Mike is going to try and teach me how to drive his little Caterpillar here. Give us a lowdown on this, Mike, what year and what it is, and give it a little history.
Well,
you guys know Mike, right? Remember him?
I think you've met him before.
He's to be a big-time YouTuber.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, buddy. Tell me.
It's a Caterpillar Model 10 tractor. This is a 1932 model. They made them from 28 to 33, I believe. Yeah, this is a 32. This was an agricultural type tractor. It was meant to pull an implement, whether it be a plow or a scraper or a small road grader. Somebody fabricated the dozer blade attachment and added hydraulics to it, probably sometime in the 50s.
Did a real nice job on it.
They really did. They really did. So I'm going to keep it on there, even though it's not correct. It looks good.
Right.
Same thing with the
roll cage.
Yeah, the roll caging, you could call it.
That's not even a roll cage. It's more of a sunscreen.
Yeah, it's a canopy, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I picked it up earlier in the spring, just as a little toy to to be an introduction into the world of crawlers. The engine turned, but I did have to do a valve job on it. Had to rework the intake and the exhaust manifolds a little bit. Rebuilt the mag, rebuilt the carburetor, but the undercarriage is in decent shape. The steering brakes, the steering clutches work well. The main clutch needs adjustment. It drags a little bit. That'll come later. And I need to make a proper seat at some point. We just got some foam pads here. It was better than what was there.
It needs work, but it's all there.
Yeah.
Good bones, buddy. We call it good bones.
Yeah. One interesting thing is that these were all hand cranked. They never made them electric start. There's no electrics on it at all. And the hand crank was up front, of course. Well, when they put the hydraulic pump on up front there, you needed some way to start it. So they welded a socket to the tail of the PTO shaft, where there would be a right angle gearbox back here. A right angle gearbox would mount here, and there would have been a flat belt pulley.
Right.
Well, we've got a ugly socket welded on there, but it does work to start it. So.
Yeah. So what he's saying is, like, this is an original. I never had a blade.
Never had a blade. This whole
assembly was never there. It was just meant to pull stuff.
Right. And
the crank was down here like a Model A or a Model T. And they configured it to start from the back, which is pretty, farmers and construction guys, they're pretty incredible.
Right. It was a nice tractor that they wanted to keep using. They said they must have put a new undercarriage on it before they quit using it, because the sprockets are in good shape, the tracks are in good shape.
Well, actually, the tracks, they added another 2 inches.
Yeah.
And you can see, that looks like what, nickel or stainless, Mike?
They must have used nickel rod, yeah.
That's crazy.
On the cast steel track.
Yeah. Okay, you guys will see what he says. You probably don't understand how he's going to start this by looking at that, but this thing starts right up.
Yeah, well, I always prime it. The carburetor does have a choke, but it starts pretty readily once you prime it. So I'm going to turn the gas on here. I always turn the. Oh, I left it on.
Oh, so there you go.
Oh, geez.
Well, it don't leak.
Yeah, that's a plus. I left both valves on.
Oh well.
So.
That's because you're all excited about the parade.
Yeah, I was. But I do have a little bottle, and the intake manifold has 2 priming cups. So I always prime it before I start it. It just makes the startup easier. Okay.
It is gas powered. You're seeing Caterpillar and everything, but it is gas.
Ones are gassers. Yeah. Yep. They introduced the diesels, I think in 32 or 33, somewhere around this time. But these little guys were gas engines. Lanyard out of the way. All right, we're in neutral. I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle. Yeah, that's your throttle there, that little hook.
And this used to be a gear shift. You can't tell what it is, but the ball disintegrated.
Yeah, unfortunately. It just happened. But
during a parade.
Yeah. So it's 3 speeds forward, 1 reverse. That's the main transmission. These are your 2 steering clutches. Left and right steering brakes over there, and then the main clutch there. So the main clutch needs a little work, but it's usable. So, okay.
Yeah, here we go. Watch it. Let me get in it so people can see it start. It's just a regular, he modified this, it's just a regular ratchet.
Yeah, I mean, I cut the square down so it slips out more readily.
For safety.
And it only ratchets in one direction now, so there's no chance of it flipping and wanting to be driven by the engine.
Right.
If you flip this, it just freewheels. So it can only go in one way.
It's a homemade safety modification.
Yeah. So you just put it on there, and
there you go.
it might take a couple cranks. Luckily, the mag's got an impulse. Up.
Oh, I turn on.
Probably turn the spark
There you go.
on first.
I was thinking that as soon as you said that, I said,
Yeah,
it's got to be ignition.
Forgetting a step here.
Okay, well there you go.
All right, take two.
All right.
Probably turn the spark on.
Okay. Well, almost. Nothing ever starts on camera. There we go. Why don't you get up there and show me how everything works, and then I'll get in there and you can tell me how it works.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Mike. I shut it off.
Yeah, so we're clutch is depressed, we're in neutral. We're going to back up a little bit.
All right, so there's your clutch.
Yeah, so we just shift it into reverse. And if I let out the main clutch, we're just going to go backwards. Get out away from this.
Right, get away from anybody. Digging up the yard. Alright, explain to me what you just did with your feet, your foot pedals, to make a right-hand turn like that.
So I want to make that turn, I need to disengage this track over here. So I'll pull the clutch for that track.
Okay.
That disengages the power to that track, but we're still kind of want to go in the same direction. So you've got to depress the track brake for that side. That's going to lock that track up, and then this track is going to push us around that turn.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be that sudden of a turn.
Right.
You can ride it a little bit, but you don't want to really just keep riding the brakes like that.
Right.
So we'll go forward a little bit. Go in first. Nice and slow. Button along. We'll give it a little juice. So if I pull this lever, this track is just riding now.
Okay.
It's not actually being
It's not under power.
Right. So if you press the clutch or the brake a little bit, it's going to slow this track down, and I'm going to turn toward you.
Huh.
If I totally push it down, it's going to lock up.
Right.
And I'm going to belay the ground.
Right. Alright, so that's in neutral now?
Yep.
Alright.
Think you're ready to take it for a spin?
You know what? You're talking to a pilot that used to steer with his feet. So you're going to have to... Yeah, no. Just the opposite.
Oh, no.
Plus with a Bobcat, you know? So you're going to have to stick with me all the way.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, I'm going to turn this off and then Mike will turn it back on. Alright, quit, buddy. Talk me through it.
How's it feel up in there?
Oh, it's strange. You're going to talk me through it.
Right, well, so...
Let's see what this guy over here.
Oh, no.
I'll push him out of the way.
All right. Well, I mean, the clutch and the transmission work just like it would in a car. In a car. 3 speeds. You got your shift pattern down there.
Push it down?
Yeah, go all the way down. It's a little heavy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very heavy.
Yep. So you can shift it into gear. Let's start off in first.
Alright. Alright, I think it's in gear.
You found first? Yeah, the shift pattern's down there.
I'm not going at it first.
Okay, well that's fine. So where you're idling right now, that's fine. So if you let off the clutch, you're just gonna go forward. So it's not gonna do anything but forward until you touch them levers and those brakes.
Alright, first thing I want to do is make a right so I'm not aiming at this guy.
Alright, well we can do that so before you even start. So pull back on this lever all the way back and depress that far, the right clutch all the way down nice and firmly.
Alright.
Now slowly let off the main clutch. Yeah, give it up a notch. There you go. You're a natural. Look at the concentration. He's a natural. Yeah, you can yank them both back and it'll disengage the drive or the main clutch.
What is the neutral?
Well, you got to depress the main clutch. And you can pull back in neutral. There you go. Idler down for me. Idler down. Idler down. Hey.
Shut that off?
Yep, just rotate that switch.
Wow.
You gotta reach.
I can see getting used to that.
Yeah. Maybe we upgrade the seat a little bit, right?
Shoes though.
What's that?
You need small shoes.
Yeah.
You know, your shit gets stuck down
It's a
there.
bit tight, isn't it?
I don't know how you do it with them boots.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've got to adjust the clutch. It's really high, you know, and then, you know, the old C-clamp and spring here is just to keep it off of the throwout bearing. It's a little noisy.
And then this is just your blade when it's working. I know you don't.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fluid in there, but I need to.
I know your hoses are in pretty good shape.
Yeah. My God, look at these things. These here, they must have been burnt by the old exhaust, so they got to get replaced.
You know, when I was running my dump trucks, we're getting loaded. My buddy's in front of me getting loaded with this huge backhoe, and the guy's line broke.
Oh.
It goes right into my buddy's window, man.
Oh, what, the oil?
Soaked head to toe in hydraulic fluid.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so I guess don't do nothing with them until you get new ones.
Yep, I'm actually thinking of doing hard pipes between here and here with a transition to flex. All right, I'm going to cut here. This is a little bit embarrassing. What'd you think of it?
Oh, I can see that being a lot of fun once you know where everything's at.
Right, once you get it dialed in.
And you get that thing going, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this thing. Boy.
Yeah, all that woods in the back of the property there. We'll be taking down trees and pulling out logs.
And once you figure out how to get in and out of it, you know, it's like a race car. You know,
you could jump in and out, right?
Yeah, once you know how to do it. I like it, buddy.
Good stuff.
I know you'll get it running great too. It runs good now, but
yeah, needs a little bit of fine tuning, but I think it'll be
you
good.
You didn't get a close up of these hoses.
I did. I came around and I showed them. They're hard as a rock, and I mean, we're burnt clear through the steel braiding on that one.
Yeah. It's gonna be a nice piece when you get done with it. And a seat, I'm gonna fix that seat for you, buddy.
I know the best upholsterer on the East Coast.
There you go. Well, I'm not doing it so much for you, but myself.
All right.
All right.
Catch you later.
That's enough of that.